the Armada is well supplied with the precious black substance that your tankers have amassed, Doomhammer feels it is time to make a gruesome example of Hillsbrad. With the aid of new foundry sites that allow you to construct more advanced ships, you may build transports to deliver your forces across the channel to the cowering human settlement. All who oppose the Horde must be taught a harsh lesson. Leave no one alive.
Here we are in the southern Hillsbrad with the winter map. Now what I have to do first is that I have to build a farm, since I have too many units just yet. This time we will need to create melee units as well. I mean ground units as well. So not just melee, but extra or ranged as well. Now it starts to like, but I start to do what it is advised to do, what I've done in the first game as well. So it is time for me to start to really train a lot of peons, because still here also you can basically send as much peons into the mine as much as you want. It's very rarely becomes crowded. It's maybe after like 30 peons or something. But it is advised to get as much resources as possible, as in the first game. And that is why I'm going to train lots of peons. Oh, and we also need to build a farm again. I used to, whenever I don't have to rush, I used to just build up my farms, my peons, start to train, build my lumber mill for the extra lumber, because it is better if I just lay down the important tasks. Okay, some extra peons into the mine. And after that I will build a lumber mill. Now also, if you notice, we can build another building, the tower, for 550 gold and 200 lumber. I might just build one here just for demonstrational purposes. So if you build this here, and also I need to get some lumber before the lumber mill, because that also requires lumber. So if you build a tower, you can build a watchtower. This basically doesn't do anything but watches, but we can improve it when we have the necessary buildings. And this is how the watchtower looks like. And 4 extra. Okay, we need 100 more from the lumber. And it also doesn't matter, after you have the lumber mill, it doesn't matter where they bring the lumber, you will get the extra 25, so I can just build it here. And after I will have the lumber mill, I will be able to upgrade this tower here. And also I need some extra peons again. See, now I can upgrade to guard tower for 500 gold and 150 lumber, which is very good because it is going to shoot arrows to any enemy, what will be in the vicinity. And this guard tower is pretty useful, so I'm going to use it very often in the later missions. And let's upgrade our throwing axes as well. And it has 20 armor, 6 to 16 damage, 6 range and 9 sight. And I can also build my barrack, I think, here for my units. And we have an oil patch here as well. Thankfully now we have a lot of gold in this gold mine, and in the last few we had, but even this could change. Okay, let's build our shipyard here. And I will keep building farms because I really need a lot of food. What I can do now, and what I used to do, although I don't know if it's necessary just yet, but I will do, is now I can start building more than one barracks, for example, because if you remember in the first game, the units, like the training of the units, were really fast, and also there was this queue where I could just train them really fast, so it wasn't necessary to build more than one barrack for basically any of the maps. But now it is different because I can only train one at a time, so one grant, for example. So that is why I used to build more than one barracks now. Okay, we have two new buildings in the advanced sections as well. The foundry for 700 gold, 400 lumber and 400 oil, and the oil refinery for 800 gold, 350 lumber and 200 oil. I'm going to build a refinery here first. The refinery works exactly like the lumber mill, so it gives us extra oil, but we get from the oil tankers. Also, the oil tankers can bring the oil to the refinery as well. So it is not always necessary to build a shipyard near the oil patch if you are able to build a refinery. Other than that, you should. Okay, we need more peons to get more gold because I'm starting to get out. So I can barely afford my new units. Yes, and we have the foundry, which is another building, and what allows us to have new ships in the shipyard. Also, the foundry is the building where we can research upgrades for our ships. And we're going to have an attack here. Nice try. Okay, and now with the foundry, first of all, I can upgrade cannons for 5 extra damage for 700 gold, 100 lumber and 1000 oil, and I can also upgrade the ship's armor for 500 gold and 500 lumber, what I will do. Also, as you can see, we have another ship, the transport, for 600 gold, 200 lumber and 500 oil, and that is what we will use for our ground units. That is why I said that we can have the ground units. Now I could also build another ground tower, the guard tower, but maybe it's not necessary. I might put a few here just for security reasons, but I don't think that it is necessary anymore. Okay, what is good is that I will upgrade my ship's armor as well. And I should also get some new oil tankers. I want to go around the map, get the enemies' platforms, and I also build some security here. And we have our transport here with 0 plus 5, 0 armor, 0 damage, 1 range, 4 sight and 10 speed. And also this transport works like I can send my units into the transport and they will instantly enter, and 6 units can be placed into one transport, although it is very important to be careful with the transports, because if the transport sinks, everyone in aboard will die. So that is why it is important to be careful when using transports. That is why I used to always build a nice escort squad around. I think this is more than enough. Also, it is also very important, what I mentioned back in Warcraft 1, is that if you give the command for a building to attack and the enemy attacks with a new unit, you should change the target of the attack, because otherwise you will just keep shooting the building and the enemy will shoot you down. Okay. And we have another enemy attack here, so... But now we can see the guard tower in action. Accidentally send them back. We have a few extra islands so that if we would be out of gold here. But I can also reach with my transport. All I have to do is that put my peons into the transport ship. Okay, now I have a huge army here. It is a bit strange sometimes that whenever you want to reach the transport, if you like the transport is on water and you right click on it, you will all all the units will start to move towards the transport, and also the transports start to move towards the units, but sometimes it can be a bit glitchy, or it's not even a glitch, it's just they try to find the fastest route, and sometimes it is through a wall or something, so that they will just simply stop. This is how you can send the units out of the transport. Also, you can get them alone. So for example, if you only want to release one unit at a time, you can do it like this. And it is time for the attack. Now it is, again, it's advised to get the peasants as well, because maybe not here, but in a lot of missions they start to repair the buildings, they start to rebuild the buildings, and when you can, you should destroy the barracks as well, because they will just train more units.